Mind Control V2K on the news broadcast. European Coalition Task Force. Activities are being organized around the world by victims worldwide of electronic torture to inform the public that August 29 is Targeted Individual Day. For the first time ever, Professor Nels Melzer, UN Special Rapporteur on Torture, will present to the 75th UN General Assembly session in October his report on cyber torture, which are forms of computerized remote electronic torture against illegally targeted individuals worldwide. Don't be afraid, it be CNIV software doing it. Your brain is not damaged. They try to scam you, that repeating stuff is implanted in your mind, but it is sample databases triggered by brain patterns. They can switch whole libraries and they can turn it off anytime. I pray for us. God is love. Absent of love doesn't mean God is bad, but that there is no love. You are an integer being, try to be strong and we survive it together. Do not let plot you into thinking that you have to do something. You don't need to do anything, and you don't need know anything, no matter what they try to force a put on you. I underwent the same madness, but they are basically crackpots raping people. Please stay strong. I'm at this moment researching microwave shielding. Know this, they can use a mix of technologies. They can process imaginations on thought into hallucinations combined with computed brainwave signatures of even haptic sensation and body control. Don't fall for it. The very sadistic in it is that they can send patterns of your own color of being in chain emitting patterns, leading always to something bad option of your possible thinking. These are mental weapon patterns. Ignore it as good as you can. Call it Scheme F. It is psychotronic fake perception layers in your perception. This same technology now abused, is the same we will have for augmented reality in good ways soon. We bring the abusers down and celebrate a second birthday. Please stay strong, and don't believe her nuts. If you don't do a thing, it wasn't you but them. Best wishes for us all. We work on ME shielding right at this point. No matter what they do to you, you are a free and godly being. They often try to suggest that your thinking does something to the outside dressed, but it does not in reality for the others, but they try to hoax the impression that that is the case. Heads up, do not lose your real aims, and never let you down. Together we will regulate on it and be happy life and love again. Don't fall for an alien fake invasion and sorts of that. The evildoers are just insane psychopaths, contracted by army centers and anyone interested. We try to locate and stop them to judge their duties. Be strong. They do eat cloning and can then as with the glove act in your sound and colors. Sadly they do atrocities. It's like raping souls if they're not a natural set of friends loving each other and do e.g. PKNI gaming and coop dreamscapes, PKNI goggles for medicine, education, science and entertainment, extended reality and augmented reality with PKNI, brain-computer neurofeedback interfaces for PKNI perception layers, represented by our senses. And I wish as in dreams, no pain. There need be consents among participants who get connected, that's self-explanatory and mandatory, no matter what. Some say they're humans because we have ethics and want to be that from our human perspectives and dimension. We need let reason rule by heart and mind, then we are kings. Clown is heart only and dwarf is mind only and tries to calculate control love. I'm afraid that is some ill behavioral pseudoscience stuff they do, partly seemingly really asking if there is free will. Guys, that's a sad one. But only the Nazis spread lies also, like others using pseudoscience to bake or such, that there is no free will. But Goebbels on his own tells in his diary that no one ever asked whether or not we have the free will and our individuals, all knew we had. MK Ultra pseudoscientists grasped on Nazi pseudo-studies that try to give the impression that we don't have a free will, and that, to better implant propaganda. Had they read what the Nazis' monster ideologists knew, many atrocities would have been spared. We need be ethical and find such ways or it's a no-go, no matter whether in science, economy, nor anywhere else. I wish us all the best. Microwave Defender Personal is on the way. I hope so much it will be the technological solvent I was hoping for. The art will be to have available the text without harmful effects and without us needing to dismiss what we get when we make it heavenly godlike, as this I'm sure is our destiny. As weird as this may sound, it is not reality, it is psychotronic fields of known and unknown nature. If they switch off the generator, you are instantly completely normal again. It is like complex artificially mixed cascaded hallucinations, and usually not visible for others, but that is possible too due to a mix of different technologies. It's hard to explain, but even if it seems real, it usually are brain-computer neurofeedback fake perception layers overlaying your true natural perception, which is fully awareable if the machines are turned off or otherwise used in non-abusive ways. E.g., they make me the impression that I blood when I just slightly rub a biting point of my skin. It looks like real blood including its dynamics as a fluid running down my body, but it is not reality. It is fake perception layers played on by the perp's imagination, amplifiers in a by virtual intelligence software. So in no circumstance panic if possible, try to remain calm, even though there are cases where the fakes were upheld for years. Don't put yourself into psycho mind games, call theme Scheme F, and if they ask what is Scheme F say that's Scheme F as well. E.g., you see a blue car driving. They on imagination can change it into any other color or imagination of e.g. cars, at same time they could e.g. send signatures of being nervous etc., but again, it is all fake. I hope for the day where we will use this technology as extended reality multimedia communication devices, and not abusive. It's hallucination layers controlled by the perps on plane imaginizing the people talking to you, but they aren't in reality. It fake perception mix cascades. The person you think is looking and talking to you isn't doing it, it's overlay the fake perception only you can see. Guys, it's even possible to real life project a whole person without anyone else seeing it. Sadly Emmy is like this. Imagine you're in a lit room, all is bright. Now imagine you hull yourself into an Emmy fabric carpet or blanket. It may get darker to absolute dark. But now imagine a just very small hole. We'll see the light inside inevitably. That is how electromagnetic interference is propagated. Now when it comes to shielding, you know how the normal flesh conducts it, so a basic tinfoil for blocking Emmy from your brain against psychotronics might easy be to less. That is why we need JSMers. BCS if everyone has unique bio-Emmy fingerprint, we need adjustable or programmable jammers. And BCSWTs can be approached by several technologies to tag our head. We need multi-band programmable jammers. There are frequency locked jammers, broadband jammers, and multi-channel programmable jammer. The multi-band programmable is what we want. Since they're all like humans, they can be helped by broadband jammers, but to get rid of personally tickled psychotronics, you need specific jamming. You need a frequency programmable multi-band device. Together with the RF meter, a good one, you need to jam the carrier. 1. We need to determine one's personal bio-Im frequency fingerprint. 2. We need jammers including our bio-Im frequency print and carrier jamming approaches. The race then is, higher carries nullified. You see, it's a question of morale, not one of technology necessarily. You can do body movement control and audible by ear spectrum, and you can do it in terahertz ranges. The direct type is called homodyne, the center does in physiological natural range as e.g. your brain 180 Hz, or your ears 20 kHz, rest is so-called heterodyning effect, it's same as binaural sampling. Super heterodyne aka superhet SDR. Psychotronic neurofeedback. Part 1 all about cloning aka heterodyning. Psychotronic neurofeedback, voice of God weapon, synthetic telepathy, cybernetic hive minds MK Ultra. They can record your view and map it to some previously, almost instantly applied records of any piece of anything in the view. So you e.g. scroll the screen in a web browser, and then you scroll up, voila, something may have changed. But it's not changed on a bit level in the computer's memory or the screen. But it changed in a perception layers. There can be induced fake perception layers for all senses, visual, audio, haptic, taste, smell. You could have visible computer interfaces in your view on the go e.g. with this technology as well. Think on it as sorts of goggles, and that they are not really more than an augmented reality headset. but with your brain as the perceiver instead, e.g. computer screen. It can be done on dynamic living objects, e.g. you see someone walk by, and suddenly you see the person abhorrently look at you and talk to you, but that's the fake perception then already. Only visible for you, and anyone connected in your targeted group. The people obviously seeming to have to do with the gang stalking don't know usually and are not only not aware usually, but it only a complete mix cascading using PKNI goggle-like hollow approaches using fake perception layers. Note on psychotronic heterodyning mind control abuse cases. They put on a character glove with your vibes and patterns, and while using that, they e.g. ridicule thing and people you love to make you insecure out of a fake losing of your integrity. The good news, that doesn't work, especially not if you're aware of yourself and have true integrity. Stay strong. We won't be puppets, it doesn't work. Hashtag mind control, hashtag behaviorism. The first consumer TMS devices are here, yeah. On the go from the age of information into the age of experience, TIO, the Internet of Experience. You see a beautiful landscape, a tasty smell of that God barbecue and feel your friends? The time has come you can record and share it if you wish. Mind-reading devices can now access your thoughts and dreams using AI. We can now decode dreams and recreate images of faces people have seen, and everyone from Facebook to Elon Musk wants a piece of this mind-reading reality. Spectrum Analyzer. God derives from the word Gauda, meaning good goes, aka good is good things. Frau, Freude, the German words for woman and happiness, same time hair and hairlish, meaning beautiful, master, Lord, all in terms of good, aka God, aka lovely. Why lovely? Look this, if God is love, and love is the power giving life to beings, you can say, God is love. Jesus, you are the light, you are me, I am you, family-wise, human-wise, that's true. You fell, devil, the you one who fails who's failing, the cumbersome wrong life, even works in English evil, not live. Jesus, you and me say, happy as who spreads peace, BCS God, will call them its children, aka meaning you will live and love safe and lucky. Trace this to love, truth, this higher holy grail truth, in legends Arthur, is born on an island, Isis, Isabella, Isolde, love. Out of that truth, the higher and all your own, trust is born, higher and in your listener, that become basis for love again. So it's essential to be able to tell one's truth, to enable love. Death sins are death sins, BCS, it's things that prevent love from being. Violence, force, totality the most imminent, prevents from telling your truth, thus not letting trust nor be an island love to bear truth again as an evergreen, Her Highness. Angel, derives from ankle, anganel, article meaning same time there be light, and ank, standing for time, and, like a Nunaki, meaning inhabitant of the world. Eridu, earth means home in the far away, what we spread is life in a bag full of enlightenment, we come from the stars, stardust, and we go live there, maybe even in more agnostic ways. Am aware of enlightenment, it tells, live your life, your heart has the weight of a feather. If we do that, in all God, we go to the stars. There may be fruits and vegetables, an incredible miracle the seemingly observable is into self anyways, but to know that I don't know, makes me agnostic. I know him in heaven when I stand THX to ethics, integrity and morale. If Ari ask me on what to do, I listen to my heart and mind, being reasonable, and wonderful, that's perfectly legitimate, even science doesn't know better. The theory never had an assumption of absoluteness, else it fails as to be science, and BCS of not letting love be, if assumed theories be total and absolute, which they are not. Only the holy like wisdom that truth leads to trust, and trust can lead to love are highly true besides well seemingly proven things like good theories. The German word kinder, you English know the kindergarten, the kin means a king, this king is one BCS it goes trough life with heart and mind, a clown is heart only. And the dwarf tries to calculate love. Heads up, know your aims, and never let you down. The best way against manipulation is to know oneself and one's aims, then it become visible what contradicts it. Amen, derives from Amen Ra, meaning, Humankind is starseed of the suns. One more very important thing. Duality. Not all is duality, and even if it a nice way to contrast explain things, duality isn't all, and especially not in a totalitarian ways. So be aware, even if we know opposites in that, dark isn't needingly fear nor bad, nor is the night. Remember the heartly tears when looking into a night with beautiful stars. I tell you that BCS an error was done in the translations of the Romans translating the Egyptians, sadly then after light and dark, for the man and woman equation the woman was evil. Which is of course not true. Eyes open. Love. The thick alien invasion aka Project Bluebeam. Dream intrusion V2K Psychotronics. Direct neural interface in DARPA. Dr. Justin Sanchez. SDR, software-defined radio with reconfigurable computing field programmable gate arrays. Logic units to resample any hardware to do any radio or radionic or psychotronic task. Star Trek greeting, with such we will stand against abuse and as sane users use it for heaven apps. OFCI means psychotronics. If you can scan it, you can jam it. You're a V2K torture victim. It much more than V2K. I tried to make some texts of my experiences. You find one here and in the FB backups. http trashart.it. Even though you may think I'm some target because of my views and free mind, in my case it just pseudoscientists studying behaviorism in my opinion. The insanely connect real psychopath who are captured in mental facilities and with me anywhere I am, while I'm a normal sane and healthy citizen. Who BCS of the targeting got diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. I live at home, and look what and how they do. It became clear that psychopathy is not an illness but a strategy, probably from childhood, maybe even babies on. They chose a parasitic way to live and to pseudo-accomplish that. They instrumentalize higher things like friendship, love, and basically everything that has value for some or one. They find their proverb absurd pseudo-pleasure in destroying things others value. In the case of my perps, to be able to get fed and pampered in a mental hospital and not going to prison. Their motive is punish and let suffer people living in love, but not because they don't understand what they should or could have done to have it. Good themes also. But they knowingly chose that parasitic insane actor path to not move the finger for getting life done, and that, as long as they can. OFC they feel objectively spoken really brutally ugly. They have a perverb laughed when they succeed in destroying the life. And have a perv form of crying when they see the victims rehabilitates and is happy again. I think even in this primitive structure is a form of low strategy, that is, to convince people that they really want to love, be happy and have friends too, but can't BCS they're ill. I clearly find, they are not ill, but really people smashing children's heads to pretend they are. They are foul coward losers to themselves whenever they get exposed to any of these truth, which I think means, they perfectly know what's right and wrong. Psychopaths belong into prisons for mentally abnormal criminals in my opinion, but not into mental hospitals. Indeed, the perpetrators are true psychopaths. Have you met other local Ts in person? Any clue why they chose you as torture victim? They start at random for the controller plausible deniability approach. The Homo sapiens sapiens poem. Don't suicide, it's not a task, if you do and it not works, they ridicule you. They, the perps, are being that just shit on it, also it's software running. Think of it as PKNI goggles, like on drugs are not all in the outside doesn't see except a mix of tech regarding crowd control in that manner. That are switched on with mental libraries loaded or switched off. In any circumstances, be aware that it like a VR headset even if one could die in holodecks. I know it seems real, but Terry's the individual you, and the outside rest of the world in a world. Note that the perpetrators can switch off these psychotronic mind gamings in blink of eye like a mouse button click. They use a virtual intelligence that immerses a PKNI fake perception layer. It's tech and it can be like holodecks with pains up to death. Stay strong. Think of the psycho nudging as it is. It is not your thinking nor thoughts. Think of it as a watcher from outside that perceives the whole mess. Call all and everything they do, even doings upon its scheme F. If they ask what scheme F, tell that scheme F as well. This might give your brain rest knowing that. They do mind games on the fly directed by your views. It looks like what people tell of Project Bluebeam. It's very stupid. Heads up, know yourself, never lose your aims and don't let you put down. We make it. Also, the heavy mapping of brain signature patterns that derive your being and thinking can be remapped and you could come to the conclusion that you are repatterned and cracked now, but that is not true. If the machine is switched off, you're normal again. The ill pattern signatures are only temporary, same as with wiping of thoughts, etc. If you hack it clearly, you will see that you are always here. Sri, I can't concentrate more. ATMCU. I wish to have this as a key future technology for health, medicine, education and gaming. Psychopaths do suggest in indirect ways that it is love and friendship that they are missing and that why they do what they do. But that's not the case. Psychopaths are psychopaths BCS. They use anything high for you like love and friendship, to control you, to maintain their parasitic way of life. They will smash kids' heads to tell you that they did it BCS of love, say no. Anthony C. Sutton, Psychotronic Weapons and Behavior Modification. Infosite on Psychotronics. From the age of information into the age of experience. http, trashart.atrash.io. http, trashart.youtube. Edward Snowden on remote neural monitoring and behavior modification. Remote controlling a turtle with a psychotronic generator. New brain-computer interface technology, Steve Hoffman. How to control someone else's arm with your brain. Let's hope for the